Today we're going to do maintenance on our Bigbear Chipper from GX Commercial. This is the BBC72 model, and it has a ROYPOW R999 engine, and we need to change the oil. Welcome back to Building the Farm, where I make the mistakes so you don't have to. I used to work in an office, and now I'm working out here in the great outdoors. We bought some land. It's primarily forest, and I'm working on how to take care of skid steers, GX Commercial Bigbear Chippers, and various other farm implements as we try and clean up this forest and eventually build our homestead. So come along with us and learn from my mistakes. Had an office job, now I'm learning how to be a farmer. Bigbear Chipper does not supply the manual for this engine. However, I was able to find it online. The only tip that they had for changing the oil was to run the engine a little bit and to just get the oil warm and go ahead and change it. The manual only says that there's one oil plug. There's one back in there, but it appears that there's one here too. I'm not sure which one the manual recommended now that I'm out here in the woods, but I think it might be easier to move the small chute than deal with the big one. So we'll see if we can't change the oil on this side. Let's see if this is a better side to change the oil on. All right, well, that gives me good access to the plug. I just have to figure out how I'll put a drain pan under here. A 5-gallon bucket gets me to about the right height for my oil pan, and I'll just take a little foil and make a ramp here, a little foil funnel, so that the oil will flow into here. And don't forget, when you remove your oil plug from your pan, make sure you unplug the vent too. I'm using a 12mm wrench, and we'll just see how tight that is. Pretty tight. Oh, wow. Why do these factory guys got to put this stuff on so bloody tight? Hey, did it without skinning my knuckles. Oh, just that little bit, and now it's loose. Looks in pretty good shape. So after you don't notice that the bucket's at a tilt and you dump the pan of oil, reinstall the oil plug and tighten it up, and then clean up your mess with a lot of paper towels. Man, that is a reoccurring theme with me. Ah, dang it. Making rookie mistakes, because I really worked in an office my whole life. So with the mess mostly cleaned up, we'll tighten the bolt now the rest of the way. And we need about 2.5 quarts to fill this. 2.5 quarts. So let's do that next. Our oil cap is way underneath the gas can and everything else, so I'm going to need to go get a funnel with a long spout to be able to get to that. So it's not even easy to get to this plug, period, but we've got a funnel with a nice long spout, and I actually have a zip tie from the last time I did the oil change to try and help hold this funnel steady while I add oil. And again, we're going to add about 2.5 quarts. There we go. So I'm going to be putting in 10W30 oil. This is a 5-quart container, so half of this, or 2.5 quarts, should be what it takes. We'll check it with the dipstick just to be sure, because manuals and AI and everything else are, things change. So let's see how it goes. All right, that's about 2.5. So we'll let the oil go down and then we'll check it via the dipstick. Okay, and before you guys say it, I'll say it for you. Yes, the dipstick is checking the dipstick based on how this project is going or maintenance is going. So let's just see how we're doing here. And it's going to be hard for you to tell, but there are 2 holes in this and the oil is up to the 2nd hole. So from our KUBOTA experience, that is full. So it's got little hash marks on it. The 2nd hole, you can see that, is the full mark. So we're good to start it up. And that would have been the next mistake. Left the funnel in, didn't put the oil plug in. So funnel's done draining. We're going to put this oil plug in and then we'll start it up and recheck our oil. Next mistake before starting it up, make sure you close the chute back up around those blades. All right, we're ready to start her up. I'll pull the choke even though it should be warm, but just in case. And the engine manual says to always slow it down before you turn it off. So that's the engine manual, not the GX commercial manual. So FYI. So let's check our dipstick again. See how we did. And we're full to the top. So we're good to go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I'll put a link to the website where I got the manual for the engine, since Bigbear Chippers didn't supply the manual specific to the engine. And I'll also, as always, have affiliate links from Amazon. So thanks for your support.